say a court correspondent Richard Kojunyako abekansa ewo studio ha ma yene no eni commody yakoso high court and Richard akwa abanet saying
yemia me hoye
bibi ekoyi
yemia do yegusun kakaka.
Wow nene mukopie mu high court de hin
was a financial court
two
Justice Ifia Sewa Asariboche's court.
Ifia Sewa Asariboche na net yedwem.
Ono no tiedwem. Justice of the Court of Appeal.
Charlie
sitting as an additional high court
judge. No, Justice Ifia Sewa is too much. Or too much. All students of Eburi Girls Senior High School. Justice Ifia Sewa or you brutal. And then the course.
Well, until Yanshe Maslock, a former Maslock CEO, Sedina Ationu Tamakloe. No, ne Daniel Axim. Daniel Axim, no, head of operations at Maslock.
Okay.
Now, around 2017, and Economic and Organized Crimes Office, a year, so mobile Hushemu, a formal operations. Now, Hushemu no muye, no, na de Sanya Maya become once in Nina, Ebetuja. In courts, no. Sanko for me anyway, no, almost faces 78 counts.
78
on various charges: stealing, conspiracy to steal, money laundering, committing the state to lose resources, willfully causing financial loss to the state, and others. Inti Yemfano 2017, to year investigation, who said there is this microfinance company be away in the Ashanti region.
Yes.
Now. More musica. One of them, no, 150,000 Ghana cedis, and then the other one, 500,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Normally, 500,000 Ghana cedis come a company, no, and a company, no, I say 4% dear, to mean to ya, and so we are returning the 500,000 Ghana cedis to you. So time not the prevailing interest rate at Ghana Hano, it was around 1.2, 1.52.
Okay.
Until for the company to commit to paying 4% interest rate there, na a idea was ropa until they decided to return the money.
Okay.
Sedina Tamakloe, the CIA make say ya sentence no 10 years in prison, but the CIA say no on one kasa we need a Ghana Hano. Ni na say never editoro into what I share amanone. Now, I'm very way ever call Monteso. Now, my main kind and some Cacabia ever to that after that, ever call a court, ever call a court correspondent, no one can say a seminal emu at the Maya. Now, wait a free a year Ghana web. Or say, Alfred Chia Yabua, the Deputy Attorney General of Ghana, has announced the initiation of legal proceedings to bring Sedina Tamakloe Ationu, a former CEO of Maslock, the microfinance and small loans center, back to Ghana to face justice. Sedina Tamakloe Ationu, who is currently outside the country, reportedly on medical grounds, has been sentenced to 10 years in prison with hard labor in absentia. If you know any verdict about Manchester, it is Sedina Tamakloe. The CIA can say only a Ghana, but you are sentenced to 10 years in prison. Into what Irish or Amanoni via or better try say or betimino as a back to Ghana now or a sentence. Now, young court a obi or a correspondent or a court and command or booty and a course or course.
In fact, prosecution here in Shimuno or more every day they say, well, the money was paid by the company, but as to who received the money, that was an issue. Exactly. But someone signed for the money. But Omoto Sedina Ationu Anono. And I say, only the signature or already a signature, but then your only signature. But later the prosecution proved say it was her. Your signature. In Tisasikano, Ebedino ho. So she was found guilty on that charge.
Okay.
And now Obano.
And for more Mutian Oba Richard HR videos at the bind where high court complex and Richard Core and it's a beautiful edifice way built for the judicial service under the presidency of John Evans Atamels, himself a lawyer. That was one of his legacies for the judiciary. It's a beautiful edifice, high court complex, and a commercial court, financial court too. Ewo ehona Richard Core and yes, in Richard Core.
Indeed, say enyina ebebi say who say na Sedina Ationu owahin.
Okay.
So somewhere during the trial no Australia kwan court was say okoye medical checkup in US
of A
and not medical treatment.
Okay.
Okoye no ambabiu.
Okoye checkup no.
Ambabiu.
Na nye so yare a ye kwaje na to amana hwe.
Exactly, because according to the court records, far na wo no, it doesn't show say any of the things that ono so okwa check it up no, it couldn't be done in Ghana.
Okay.
Okoye no mo bono a wamba.
Wa mabiu.
No me to next stand the trial and Daniel Axim de we gine musa
till now.
Ono so do baby no yare but ende oba court.
In case now or court for how long?
Oh, case in there said 2017 investigation is shasi. And along the line, I think 2019 2021 the case actually started
trial and kasa shasi.
Exactly.
And for the whole trial no Sedina
or delay the trial for 16 months.
For 16 months.
For 16 months because now we we processing our services. So there was a lawyer that was representing her. Exactly. And the other one Obo.
Okay.
Our second accused,
yes.
Exactly.
Second accused should be Axim, no?
Daniel Axim, no?
On a lawyer,
Obo.
Until
Oshe say before the sentencing, he pleaded for mitigation because this person has not absconded like Sedina Matthew. Because now Sedina absconded, they found all other means to get her back. So the court declared her as a fugitive. Sisi na eso mukwa no baby obia no nti
omumani who said sentence edane so ni.
Nti omuye na ye
the state say in court say Oma try every means possible to get her anyeye.
Good. So it became a matter of contention. In fact, the judge was very furious with the state prosecutors. Say they could have at best collaborated with international institutions to at least begin the extradition process and then get her to face justice. But I'm watching now, I feel that after sentence, they were telling the court to say they will go out and then begin the process. But according to Amone, they did all that they could in order to get her to come and face justice. But the court did not only sentence her to 10 years imprisonment. There were other fines. So when I calculated
but even before say sentence, in the court, convicted on all the counts.
All the 78 counts.
78 counts.
All of them.
Guilty.
All of them guilty. In fact, meanwhile, they had pleaded not guilty to the charges. But this one, the first one, the Jura microfinance, it turned out now let's get to the sensitization workshop across the country that Maslow claimed they organized. In fact, the prosecution was able to prove beyond reasonable doubt to say there was nothing like that. There was no picture, there was no press report. Even at the original sentence, they had no knowledge about the said sensitization workshop. Over 2 million Ghana cedis.
Over 2 million Ghana cedis.
And so all of these monies went down the drain. And then we go to the next one, that is the Kantamanto fire disaster. The victims, they were Maslow claims that they gave these victims huge amount of money in order to restart their businesses. It turned out say Obia crying you once in the cry there was no penny. The prosecution exactly. I think say it's close to 70 million Ghana cedis.
70 million Ghana
exactly.
Now was Kantaman to traders now.
Yes. All of them. Apart from Kantaman to the okay, GPRTU buses been almost on procurement. So apparently it turned out say buses now more procure my GPRTU, the retail price and so more top buses and cry away German so nipa me bus na it will cost me less than what the exactly. And so it made the GPRTU reject that offer. Exactly, because they wanted so in court they quoted the prices of these buses in the idea. Until the court deemed, they said they had caused financial loss to the states. And then they had also committed the government of Ghana to lose substantial amounts of money. Monies that could have gone into other sectors of the economy to develop them. And they also bought 350 vehicles. Now, cars no motor, you can buy at half the price of what Maslow was willing to give them. And so it also became an issue.
Wow.
And then, so there was also procurement of Samsung phones.
Samsung phones.
Yes.
Maslow could procure Samsung phones.
Exactly. So whether it was for the operations or for some of the youth groups or something, but the amount of money they were selling the things to the people was 400. But when checks were done on the market, it turned out say 120 Ghana cedis.
Oh.
Yes. So it became a huge issue in court. Now there were procurement breaches. They did things, sole sourcing, single sourcing, and the others without recourse to law. And so there were multiple infractions and all of that. And then it turned out that Daniel Aximono, 20,000 Ghana cedis in all of these, 20,000 Ghana cedis, and they had the benefits in all these amount of money. So initially, so initially, he was not part of the clique. But later on, after raising about 23 memos in Adiano, I think he yielded. And so it was given to him as a gift. But he was also signing the checks. Signing the checks and
for the CEO.
For the CEO. And so the court deemed it as an unprofessional and irresponsible behavior. Unbecoming of professionals or public officers who are supposed to know better, who have gone to school, and they're supposed to safeguard. So the court would have understood him if say or raise issues, say be or revolt here, because his fear, as he expressed in court, was that he feared he would be fired.
So
and secondly, in the heat of the political environment he found himself, he felt that they were going to pester him, and so he had to yield to the pressure and do that. But the Justice she outlined certain theories, said it is untenable for you to yield to such superior orders, no matter how hard it was, and cited other sources or other cases.
Case law, sir.
Exactly. Nti ebasa no na say omo committee the state, and state need lose so huge amount of money. But the judge was very furious. I should tell you, she will say it as it is.
As it is.
First, she was furious at the Attorney General's office, the prosecutors, for sitting down for the person who benefited the most.
So,
exactly.
And a US no quite one mass.
Exactly. Now, Matna Jose, okay, after sentencing, we are now going.
Having the air question
near the end. The second leg of her anger was that Omwa Sewofie, or say in her years of practice as a prosecutor, and she became a judge.
So I Aegis department.
Exactly. On T in penny some that say Ghana ha obi afa AK-47, be it an armed robber or be a baby, could be them or cover 1 million Ghana cedis crowd. And see that, and then looking at the elites, the professionals, the people that claim they have adequate and substantial knowledge. Omo enedi omo pen edi adwuma ntina ne nsa da ne nsa yam say public officers omo hu Ghana for mo boku because taxes na yetua no edoso no so who knows if all of these monies together with others the country continues to pursue no say ni nyina wo ho a enka IMF yikra can we not even go there. She did all of that. In fact, you know if you ask very well. And so she said it as it is, and then, but the prosecution said that, well, it's not too late. They are going to do their best. Deputy Attorney General Alfred Chiayabwa was in court, but the case was handled by the state attorneys. So he came, but they put in a word. They said, they did something. They didn't do anything. Now the court has ordered that beyond the sentence of 10 years, you know, they split the sentence. They said they are more year sentencing now. So this one will go 5 years, this one will go 2 years, this one will go 6 months. Concurrently. But the highest one is what we take. So the 10 years. The court has also ordered that her properties should be tied to defray the costs of the properties being done.
Identifying the properties.
Exactly. So when we spoke with the Attorney General after the judgment, he indicated, say, they are working on it and they will ensure that they bring her to face justice. You know, sentencing will not start until she arrives in Ghana. Exactly. After this one, it's been done. It's hanging. So once she returns to Ghana, then the 10 years will begin.
Now,
Azim was there.
In fact, court sentencing.
2 years.
Only 2 years.
2 years in hard labor, but also in I think 1,500 penalty units. Into Sedina at your penalty unit in Boma 6,500 penalty units.
And the penalty unit 12 cities.
Do calculate 78,000 Ghana cedis.
And I was Uchia.
So fine. These are fines. Exactly. So some of them they use the conjunctive and then your friend is saying the disjunctive one. Exactly. So so when we told the AG said they are going to sit down and calculate how much she's supposed to pay as fines and all of that. But that notwithstanding, a kind of more money there. That is why the court has ordered that they should attach a property in order for those monies to be
properties, no, and no, and yet to defray the fine. No?
Yes, because there's some of the fines, you know, she should pay or risk a jail term.
A jail term,
yes.
Ain't the properties now? Attached, you know. That one is to do what? To defray 70 million.
And that is why the AG is saying that they need to go and sit down and then properly compute all of these things in order to know their way forward, what exactly they are doing. But I love the orbiter given by Justice Ifias because if you look at how we are losing millions of Ghana cedis, and she feels to say the elites, they are using the knowledge they have acquired. I can say amount for Ghana's attitude money when they get the pen, they use it normally they bought Ghana chrono or more finding almost in political position and in public offices in the In fact, she was very frontal, saying in fact, and everything should be done Ntina almost a sentence, to serve as a deterrent to any other person. If you wanna, then Liza Mamadi Hank of Goon is or course starting a sentence.
2 years.
2 years
in hard labor. And said the number 10 years.
10 years in hard labor. Yes.
Wow. Ain't he? But who was said the name's lawyer? Azim the NA lawyer boy.
Yes.
But said none lawyer now.
So there was a lawyer whose name was mentioned in court, but the lawyer was not there. And the lawyer was not there. So Obo, spoke on behalf or represented the second accused person. In fact, he spoke very well for the court to have mercy on the guy because the guy has been very resolute, has been coming to court and his role was like not someone who actively participated, but for the unprofessional conduct that went on, and that is why he had to
2 years.
Exactly.
It's not just a Obo final speech or deliver, worked kakra.
Yeah, because if you say what the judge
should be his closing statement.
Exactly, right? Exactly. He was speaking for mitigation before sentencing. So after speaking, addressing the judge, the judge retreated to her chambers for 5 minutes and came and then brought those things. So I feel that the courts took all of these in consideration because it was something that was worrying her that public officers, especially professionals, be it lawyers, accountants, and all of that, who have been clothed with powers and certain responsibilities to safeguard the country's purse, would go to sleep or will play along, will be complicit in a lot of activities that will make the state lose millions and thousands of Ghana cedis.
Wow. Benghazi fa said the name picture no eto subio. Me say o de to so na we year free so into sign fan the picture no eto subio. You can see say a very very decent lady. and Ahanti Onye. Ocean and a very, very beautiful woman.
I think they had trademark and it's all even or domina. I said,
okay, that's Sedina at you know. And this is here, or like probably the most wanted. Oh,
exactly, or a fugitive of the law.
Charlie.
Exactly. Baby, I'll be when be a necessary say, oh, my Ghana here, as of a sentence. And I say,
and once when you're touching our Ghana, happy there, not just
exactly
straight.
Exactly. The police will arrest her, and then the sentence will begin. They will begin all the processes.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie. That's the former Maslock CEO, and we also should be a word of caution to. Or more serving public service, public office in
But I wonder how some of the things were done, like
and how they thought they will not be found out.
Exactly. So sikari yohane enisuso like so
because your friend is saying cantaman to the so what you 70 million or kochama traders. A just your shops. Not even
1 city. And then the sensitization workshop throughout the country.
How do you even think that?
Were they even sensitizing? So that money has been chopped. See, so like Judge say, or per evidence of a single picture depicting say, there was nothing. And so the prosecution discharged it burden.
Of course, beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes.
Charlie. Anyway, that's what we have. But you better say Richard, that's Papa. And let me say a big good